You're listening to The Statement Show. Wonderful talk and entertainment.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download today at www.audibletrial.com/statement show. They have over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, your MP3 player, your computer, whatever. It's free. For the Statement Show fans, of course. Go to our website at www.thestatementshow.com and get your free audiobook today.
From the Night Shift Crew Studios in the DC metro area, this is The Statement Show. I am your host, Terry James, along with my co-host, Zach Chahi. We're covering sports, technology, entertainment, news, and everything in between. The lights are on.
This is Jackie Joy, and you are listening to the hottest podcast around, The Statement Show, with Terry James and Zach Chahi.
You know what your name man, Dan Drops. I'm here for The Statement Show. The Statement Show's here for me.
Hi, this is your naughty lifestyle expert, Sienna Sinclair, and you're listening to The Statement Show.
So to The Statement Show. I'm Terry James.
I'm Zach Chahi, and we're the podcast that fits in no category.
That's right, Zach. After surviving Thanksgiving and the dreaded Black Friday, we're back. Zach, let's do this, man.
All right. Have a short hiatus, if you want to call it that. What, 6 or 7 months? But
Who's counting?
Yeah, who's counting? But we're going to have an all-new lineup of guests coming soon. We've decided we're going to do some more adult content that a lot of people seem to like, and we're going to call those the After Dark shows. So whenever you see the title After Dark after it, you can expect a little bit more of a spicier conversation.
Yeah, we've definitely gotten a lot of really good feedback from a lot of the, as you said, the more adult content, and I believe that the After Dark could really take off, Zach. I really believe it could.
Sure, and just so you know, that's not all we're going to do, but hey, bring the fans what they want. That's what I say. So
exactly. So let me ask you something, Zach. Thanksgiving, you had the family over or not, or did you just kind of
small gathering? Yeah. I don't live around a lot of my my family, if you want to call them that, but we're just kind of a small knit here, so it doesn't get very large. My brother's kind of an hour away. He might come over from time to time, but this year he didn't, so it was just more of the smaller in-laws and me and my wife and daughter. So
yeah, same here. We ours wasn't very big, but we kind of went from one place to the next place to the next place, and why did I get caught up in that stupid traveling on Thanksgiving is beyond me, but I did. And then, I didn't necessarily go out in the morning for Black Friday, but we did kind of go out in the evening a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing? I tell myself I'm not going to do this every year. And for some reason there I am, in Target or Walmart or something stupid like that on Black Friday. And man, I'm such an idiot.
I think we have this conversation every year, me and my wife, and we talk about not going out on Black Friday. It's a waste of time. I don't think we did go out. But a few days ago, we did a shopping trip at one of the bigger malls out here called Tyson's Corner up in Virginia. Mm-hmm. The nice thing about this Washington, D.C. metro area is they have multiple malls to go see. They have Anne Arundel Mills, which is closer to the Baltimore area. Tyson's, Montgomery Mall, they're all within these areas. There's a dying mall close to our area up in Gaithersburg. And it's called Lake Forest Mall, and it's pretty much dead. A lot of riffraff to hang out there, but it's pretty much dead. There's nothing left. It's a dying mall. So we travel further out to a really nice mall called Tyson's Corner, and they have another section called Tyson's 2, which is across the street. And it's got your Macy's and Bloomingdale's, places like that. They got some of that higher quality.
The overpriced places.
Yeah, well, I always joke saying that when you go in there, they basically got to check your credit to let you in the front door. So
You're right.
Just anything you would buy normally, a pair of jeans, a shirt, add $50 to it.
Right.
Because you're paying that premium just to walk in those doors and shop there. It's nuts.
It's crazy because here's what we did. We went over to the Prime Outlets. Even the food court was to the point to where you couldn't even get in the doors. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, we went to Anne Arundel Malls, and they have the casino built there now. Everybody knows about the casino around here. It's right. Huge. But what they've done is they added it to a building right beside the mall so that when you get to the mall, there is nowhere to park. This, by the way, just in case anybody doesn't know, this mall is huge.
Right.
Okay, I'm talking miles. Okay, of stores, and I always think it's kind of weird. It's kind of like the Mall of America. Obviously, it's smaller than that, but everybody makes such a big deal out of the Mall of America. I've been there personally. They have like this a little amusement park thing going on in the middle of the mall, but it's the same stores repeated 50 million times. If you've seen one Caribou coffee or a Starbucks coffee, which Caribou coffee's big out there, that's Starbucks. It's everywhere. It's the same crap.
I don't know.
It's just no parking. It fucking drives me crazy.
It's so annoying. You're right. It's like, you go through this big, long process just to even park your fucking car. And then you get in there. Oh, we went over and I wanted to get my mom a Coach bag over to the outlets. And it was, she loves it. And it took us probably, 20 minutes just to get in the door because they wouldn't allow any more people in there because it was a fire hazard. It was now getting into fire hazard.
Oh.
And what they do basically is say, yeah, it's 50% off or 60% off. But then, they've marked the fucking prices up so much crazy. So really, are you getting that much of a deal? I don't necessarily know that I'm getting that much of a deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard stories of people saying they jack the price up right before the holiday so they can bring it down. Mm-hmm. But what they're really doing is they take something and they'll lose money on one thing to get you in the door.
Right.
I always think it's funny. People scatter for all these great deals at Walmart and Best Buy, but I don't know. I mean, it's the no-name shit that they're giving away anyway. You go in and get a 60-inch TV for $2,000 or $3,000, which is actually a good deal for. I'm sorry, more like an 80-inch. We were in Costco the other day, and they had an 80-inch screen in there. I just fell in love with. My wife said, "Oh my God, that's sickening. That's just too big." And I said, "No. Like other things, there's never no such thing as too big when it comes to TVs." So it was
true.
I fell in love. Yeah, it's a fantastic TV, but I'd have to knock my wall out and let that be my wall. So
right. I don't feel like we would be doing any of our listeners any justice whatsoever if you did not let them know about your experience the other night at the melting pot.
Yeah, you're just trying to get me going.
I'm very much trying to get you going because if anybody was privileged enough to see the text messages that Zach was sending me before, but during and then after,
I would not divulge the context of those text messages for the simple fact that if my wife ever does hear this, that I wouldn't make it through the night. But suffice it to say, I wasn't very happy. The Melting Pot's this gorgeous restaurant you walk into, and the first thing they ask you is if you have a reservation. So any place that takes reservations, you're thinking right off the top of your head, oh my God,
you're done.
You're done. I mean, the place doesn't open up till 5. So we walk in, we waited in our car. We got there to like 20 up. So we waited in the car in the cold till 5 o'clock. And then we decided all right, we'll walk up, we'll get in there and we'll see if we can get a table. Well, they sat us down. No problem. The Melting Pot, the reason they call it the Melting Pot is it's like big restaurant that does fondues, and they put a bowl on your table. You cook the food yourself pretty much. You order your food, they bring it to you and they give these little skewers to you and they heat up this pot on your table and you basically put it in this and you boil it in a certain type of marinated water with red wine and mushrooms and broccoli, or they have different types of flavors that you can go through. It all sounded really cool. But the minute I opened up the menu, started looking at these prices, my eyes got big. Okay. I enjoy a lot of different restaurants. We went to P.F. Chang's and we ate for $40.
Right.
Me and my wife. And, not looking at the prices, just ate what we wanted. My wife will only eat chicken fried rice anyway, so I already knew what she was getting. She's cheap, so that's fine with me. But we go to this place. The guy's telling me that you have to order off these 3 sections or these 4 sections. And I'm thinking the price I'm looking at is for all 3 of us. He said, no, that's per person. So basically what you're doing is you have your cheese and breads, you have your salad, you have your entree, and then you have your dessert. Entrees are $15 to $30. Your salads are like $8 to $15. And your cheese and breads, they're like $15, $20 a person.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So right away I said I want the fucking salad. There's no way I'm paying that much for a fucking green leaf. And then we get the cheese and the bread, and he comes out and he stirs it up, and I'm just staring at the fucking menu. I'm like thinking, oh my God, this is ridiculous. So I didn't order any salad. We didn't get any dessert. And I didn't think it was really all that good, to be honest with you. My wife and daughter loved it, and it was a new experience. So I'm not going to say it was entirely bad. I guess I had a hard time enjoying anything with that kind of price attached to it, especially when they're not cooking the fucking food. You are.
You're right. Yeah, it's right at your table. You're cooking it.
Yeah, you're putting it all in. So imagine the fact that you get all this chicken and you're thinking, I'm really hungry. You give you 2 skewers. Each person has 2 skewers. You put your food on it. You put it in the boiling water. They tell you 2 minutes if you want to cook it thoroughly. Right. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's bullshit. We're talking 3 to 4 minutes tops if you want it cooked. Okay?
Did they add the liquor to it? Did you have them add that liquor to it?
No, we didn't do the liquor because of my daughter.
Oh, okay.
And it takes 3 to 4 minutes to cook the chicken. We're talking 2 bites every 5 minutes, basically. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I went and got the chicken pot stickers, and I got the chicken. Basically, I picked the 2 cheapest shit on the menu I could find. I didn't pick what I wanted. I went with the cheap shit. So, and my wife and daughter are like, I'll take this, I'll take that. All I hear in my head is,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I can't enjoy it knowing what it costs. It's ridiculous. I mean, we're talking about a little portion of chicken diced up for you to cook in this marinade. I could buy this chicken like that, $5-6 at the store. You're paying $22.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, I do. I understand where you're coming from. My wife did the same thing to me. She said, Terry, let's check out this place called the Melting Pot. I had no idea what the hell it even was. I was completely blindsided. So we get up there and, like you said, you walk in and you're like, wow, this is beautiful, man. This is really, really nice. So we go in and there was a little bit of a wait, even though, again, like you said, we had reservations. There was a little bit of wait. Open up the, the menu and check it out, the prices. And I'm like, that's got to be for the whole entire, no, not at all. And there was 5 of us.
Yeah.
5 of us. Our bill was almost $400.
Well, I'm thinking our bill's going to be $70-$80. It's $120. I almost flipped my wig. I'm like, Jesus. Yeah. And of course, that's no tip, and they're expecting a hell of a tip because of what you're paying for the food.
And the amount of shit. I mean, in all honesty, they're coming back and forth to your table. At least they were.
Yeah, but our guy, I think we saw him 3 times.
Oh, really? Oh,
he brought the sodas. He brought the next set of sodas down, which I drank very little of my first one. And the only thing I could think of is, are they free refills? Right. I'm wondering how we get charged per glass.
But the atmosphere was pretty cool for your daughter, right? I mean, she liked it. I know my kids loved it,
I guess I'm looking at the frugal side of it. She had a blast. She liked it. So I guess it's kind of hard to enjoy something with that price tag, but in a way, I guess I did enjoy it. The fact that she liked it.
And let's be realistic, as 2 pussy whipped little, suburban house dads, as long as the kids and the family is happy, then you're happy. That's pretty much how it works out, right? Or at least most of the time.
All right, I'll go with that, I guess. You say so.
That's our story. We're sticking to it, right?
Well, I went to another place called the Macaroni Grill, which I'm thinking in my mind is like a cheap version of the Olive Garden. And the Olive Garden's not even really expensive. It's like I don't know, not even middle fare. It's okay. It's just not expensive. It's not what you would consider to be real expensive. So the Macaroni Grill, I'm thinking it's got to be, I'm thinking it's close to the same thing. Not even close. I mean, you walk in there, they sit you down, they got paper tablecloths down. The first thing that comes to my mind is, what are we, fucking kindergarten here?
Oh, you didn't like the Macaroni Grill?
I didn't. And they wrote on the tablecloth with crayons, and then they put this oil down for you to dip your bread in, which tastes like, take fucking Crisco, melt it, and dip your bread in and tell me how much you love it. That's what I thought of it.
I'm beginning to think that you're just impossible to please at this point. How's that?
No, I like P.F. Chang's. I like the Olive Garden.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't like the Macaroni Grill. I didn't like the melting pot. That's not to say that it doesn't, wow some other people. My wife and daughter liked it fine. So the next time they go, I just want to know so I can eat ahead of time. That's all.
Or just let them go by themselves.
Pretty much.
Well, Well, if anybody has any sort of comments on this, don't forget we are on Twitter at Statement Show, or you can email us thestatementshow@gmail.com. Zach, I know that let's see, last night when we were talking, this was fresh with Paul Walker passing away from obviously from the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah, I heard the story, and the first thing that caught to my mind, actually my wife told me about it. The first thing that caught to my mind was, well, kind of has a reputation for, he likes to, if you look at his Twitter handle, it even says below that he's like an adrenaline junkie. So I'm thinking, what did he do? Turns out he was just a passenger. And you told me that. At first I thought, because it's not unheard of, with the celebrities out there, they kind of, somebody will say something, somebody takes it the other way, and you find out that it's, falsified. Yeah, so you don't want to jump the gun right away, but yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Not a big fan. I don't like the Fast and Furious movies at all. They're not my cup of tea, but I know you enjoy them.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
And that's not to say he's not a good actor. I never personally got into him. But he's been in some other things that I saw. So he's actually a fairly decent actor. That being said, I guess he died in a car crash. He was the passenger. What do you know about it?
Basically, as of this recording anyway, it said that his body was burned so badly that the coroner needed to have, his dental records to identify the body. So apparently it was, a pretty fiery crash. And I know that they had said that he had been doing some rides with his Porsche or whatever for some charities for the typhoon relief there. So it's like I say, as of this recording, it's real, it's real dicey. I'm not really positive on everything. But I know that like you said, he was the passenger. And then there was another gentleman that passed away with him. So yeah, it just, no matter what way you cut it, just bad.
I don't know, that passed away always sounds like a nice way of saying they were killed, or I don't know. I never liked the passed away term. I mean, yeah, he was killed in a car crash. So passed away makes it sound like you died in your sleep at night, 80 years old in your bed. He was killed in a car accident. It was tragic. I don't think anybody should have to go that way.
You are just, you're hateful today. I'm telling you, man. I think this whole entire, I don't know what it is. There's no possible fucking way the melting pot has got you this bad off, has it?
I don't know why it is. I think it's this time of season.
Your time of the month?
Oh, season.
I don't know, man.
Just, I look at it differently. I mean, I like Christmas. I love Christmas, but I swear to God, the first 2 months beforehand, they started on the Christmas shit on TV, and they started right after. It's all it is parting you from your money. It's like all these stores and commercials and people can think of is flipping you over and turning you out, and it just gets to be a bit much, I guess. I feel like it's all about how much you spend. So when you get older, I think it does mean more than that to you. You start to understand the real meaning. I think some people will say that and don't really mean it, but it really is about family time because you never know how long you have with people. So
yeah. I mean, you're exactly right. It's definitely but like you said, it just seemed like, I don't know about you, but when I was at, I can remember, it might have been Walmart or whatever, but it seemed like we weren't even over Halloween and they already had Christmas stuff out.
Yeah,
it just seems like it's earlier and earlier and earlier every
time you look at the news, what's the first fucking thing that you see on there? Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sales are up 2.6 from last year. Sales are this, so many % from last year. They're down this year. They're up this year. It's all about how much money you can bank. And now I get it's jobs and all that. Don't get me wrong. I understand it's an important time of the year, but it's become commercialized to the point where that's all it's about. Mm-hmm. How much can you spend? We're a nation of hypocrites in certain respects because they tell you you have to be financially responsible, but then they want you to charge up as much as possible in the November, December time of year, and they're actually pushing you to spend more than you have. I mean, everybody's trying to give you a credit card. Everybody has a credit card nowadays. You go everywhere you go, they have a credit card. Mm-hmm. Best Buy credit card, Walmart, for Christ's sake, they have a credit card, You're going there to save money, and they've got credit cards, and they're all charging you, 18, 19, 20% interest rate?
Yeah. And then you get up there, and, your bill's $100, and they go, you want to apply for a credit card, save you 5% today. But in actuality, it's 18% in the long run. Every month.
Yeah. You're going to finance that gallon of milk for the next 20 years. So
Jesus, I don't want to do this. I want to come in. I want to get out in every place in the world. You want to donate to St. Jude's, you want to donate to the Ronald McDonald House, you want to donate to here, and every fucking place I walk right now, it's, you go into Kmart and you got the damn people ringing the bells, and then, as you're leaving Kmart, you want to donate to the, underprivileged dog humane
Yeah,
society.
exactly.
Like, damn, man, no.
I went to, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you go to Costco to shop. We go to Costco to shop, and they have all the Christmas stuff out ahead of time as well. So it's no different anywhere you go. At least Costco, though, you're buying things in bulk, so you get good deals at Costco, and there's quite a few things that I get there.
So they don't actually sit there and ask you for any.
No, I mean, no, they do the same thing. They have the American Express card, so it's the same way. But what are you gonna do? It's pretty much the way it is.
I don't know, man. I love it for the kids, but the older I get, I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not the Scrooge or anything, but it's just all the lights and glamour of what it used to be. It's done.
We were contemplating not even putting a tree up this year.
Oh, wow.
I mean, but I have an 11-year-old little girl, and I do like Christmas. Don't get me wrong, I like Christmas, and it's just sometimes you think about putting it up. You get a live one, you get this one, you get a live one, you deal with the little needles falling off. Plus,
that's not happening. No, you'd still do the live trees
from time to time. We usually cycle it out, like every couple of years. We might throw a live one into the mix.
No way.
Yeah,
you're braver than me. There's no look. I'm not. Look, here's my.
But you're
problem.
cleaning the needles out of everything,
right?
For the next
Exactly.
6 months, so
for at least for the next 6 months, it's just a pain in the ass. The whole entire. Then you got to take it somewhere. No, hell no. No. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and they go out, they get in the car, and they go out and they chop the tree down, and then he brings it home and he does all that. I guess I do have a little bit of that Clark Griswold in me, to want to go out and just try to make the best Christmas possible for the family. But in the same sentence, it's like, yeah, can we, as a matter of fact, this year, not only is ours fake, but ours is going to have like purple lights in it, and it's going to be like purple and gold. We've went completely untraditional. We're not doing the whole, white lights with the little, we're going completely untraditional. So.
Well, we've done a few different things. When I was in my, some years back when we had a much bigger family to buy for, what we would do is a grab bag, so you didn't have to go broke trying to buy everybody a present, but instead you focused your energy on one person.
Right.
Now we don't really do that anymore because I have a much smaller faction in Maryland here to buy for, but you feel this obligation though to buy for all these different people outside of your family sometimes, and I think it gets to be a bit much. We gave money to the Salvation Army. We went to the mall the other day. Let my daughter put it in because I want her to know the spirit of giving. Even if you don't have a lot, it doesn't take much. What? It's a cup of coffee. You stop at Starbucks or something. Can't you take one day, take that money and put it in the box? It goes to help out people who could really use it. But you should give it to the source and not let the source come to you. You know what I mean?
I do.
It's a busy time of year for the people out on the corner. It's become quite an enterprise here in Maryland. Almost every major intersection you go to, there's panhandlers collecting for money. And I realize that some of them are probably down and out, but in my opinion, I think more of them look like they don't need it. They're dressed pretty good for standing out in the corner.
Yeah, but God forbid you say that, because then you're the asshole. Because we've become so fucking politically correct in this country, and as you like you're not supposed to say. Remember, I don't know, what was that? A couple months back where there was the Texas high school football team. The coach got accused of bullying after that 91-0 game. Remember that? And then
you're bullying because you beat their ass.
Yeah, I mean, just stop. Just shut the fuck up. Are we serious around here? This has just become ridiculous with all
It's all about the political correctness. I mean, with the bullying with football, are you serious? Now it's bad if somebody loses or if they lose big. Yeah.
Right.
If you deserve to lose, that shows a little bit. I'm not the biggest sports person. Okay. Right. But tell me if I'm wrong. Does that not reflect badly on the coach?
It reflects badly on everybody involved. I mean, you know what? I get it. 91-0 may be a little excessive. I played some high, especially in high school. You start getting up in the college and pro.
Oh, we're going to end the game because you're doing too good. No, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's, that should motivate you to do better.
Yeah, it should. It should. And I get that. But I mean, there comes a point where there's a little bit of gamesmanship, I suppose, after about, 50 or 60-0 that you could go, all right, let's just run the ball. And I'm not saying you just dive on it, but I mean, honestly, I don't know. I didn't see the game. I wasn't there at the game, so maybe the other team just sucked ass, and and then obviously you get beat 91.
There's no rule in the book that says, hey, if you're beating us 50 or 60 points above, and there's no way possibly that we could even get close to you, even if you let us run the ball back and forth, that the game's over. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. That's
not
part
at
of
all.
The game. So,
but getting back to the finer point of everything, to actually accuse the other coach of bullying, to actually have a lawsuit against someone.
Well, that's how we are today. We sue everybody.
Ridiculous. I mean, little closer to home here, the Washington Redskins name. I know that's something that you and I have talked about before. Some people think that it's, offensive. Some people don't. Some people look at it like, it's a football team. And other people think that, but let's be realistic here. Unless you are Native American, you wouldn't know. And you don't care most of the time. And that's the issue right there.
But we're so politically correct. And this pisses me off right now. Okay. It is racially insensitive. You're actually calling a team by the skin color of somebody else. The Redskins, they don't like it. So why should it be permitted? Because they're a very small minority of people, and since it doesn't affect that many, it's okay. We don't care. It is exactly what we say we shouldn't be doing, and we do it on a national level. And it's okay because people don't want it to, bother their precious NFL team.
Oh, but
which, by the way, suck anyway, so not that it matters.
But it's a sports team. You look at it, but where does it end, though, Zach, is what I'm saying. No, when you go to the grocery store and you see Ritz crackers, well, is that now am I offended because it's a cracker? Yeah. I mean, did I go over to the bread section and I see Wonder White bread? Oh, what? White bread? What? No, I'm offended as a white man, Come on, man. Where the fuck does this shit end?
But you know what? They change other sports team names based on the same type of situations. Wasn't there a basketball team or some team that was changed to the Rockets because of the name they had before?
It was the Bullets, Washington Bullets. They were,
and the reason they changed it is because bullets.
Yeah, stop. And let's be realistic. We live near the DC area. Has the murder rate? I mean, granted, as it went down to maybe 1%, I guess. Everywhere, I suppose, other than fucking Chicago, has went down somewhere. Let's be realistic here. Do you really think that the fucking murderers in DC looked at it like, what? Now that they've changed it from the Bullets to the Wizards, I don't want to fucking kill nobody anymore. Has nothing to do with that whatsoever. Has zero to do with it. It's a politically correct thing that it just over and over and we cannot say shit anymore without somebody looking at it. Somebody's probably riding down the road right now going, oh man, he can't say that. That's wrong. No, it's not. It's not fucking wrong. Everybody has their opinion on everything, in which, again, by the way, if you would like to chime in, at Statement Show is our Twitter handle. Email thestatementshow@gmail.com.
Now hold on. I just want to say, just in case anybody's got any problem. If you're having problems finding the show, it's got the little microphone, black and white version of a microphone picture, but it's Statement Show, not The Statement Show. But our Gmail address is The Statement Show at gmail.com. It was based on a naming scheme, and I just want to explain that way people know the difference. But that being said, we also would love if anybody would support the show. We'd love for you to go to our website and click on the Audible link. You get a free download of an audiobook. It's $15 a month for a membership, but they give you the first 30 days for free. They have over 100,000 titles, and there's something there for everybody. I've got 3 different books. You can get your first book and cancel the membership, and they let you keep it. So it's a great deal for anybody out there who wants to get an audiobook, something that's great for a commuter. Arnold Schwarzenegger's book. He actually reads a little bit in the front, but it's like 20 hours long, so he's got a lot of story and content there. But it's great because most of the authors, Kevin Smith, he's got a great book on there. Adam Carolla's in the Taco Bell material. There's just to name a couple. If you go to our website, click the link, or go to www.audibletrial.com/statement show. Click on that link, put that link in your search bar, and go ahead and sign up. And it's owned by Amazon, very reputable company. You click on that link, you help us out a little bit, you help out the show. We can keep bringing on some good guests, which, by the way, Terry, we've got some guests coming on. I think you want to give them a little explanation about what we plan on doing here.
Well, here's the thing, Zach. I'm in the middle of kind of back and forth with their reps right now, so I really I really don't want to throw the names out there right now. Just
no names. But what we plan on doing with the format, as far as what we're going to call.
Oh, right.
It's going to be the statement show, but.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, like we said there at the beginning, we are looking at we're looking at trying to switch everything over to well, we're going to keep this show. Obviously, we're going to keep the statement show.
Well, I don't think we're going to switch anything. We're going to still have a regular, great sounding show that you're listening to now. I was bitching for 45 minutes to an hour. But some of the episodes that have more of an adult content, if you will, we're going to have like After Dark on the end of it. So you have an understanding that that's kind of like our, hey, if you want to see some of the more spicier content, like we talked to Jackie Joy, Bonnie Rotten, some of our previous shows, which, by the way, if you were to click on and subscribe to us on iTunes, you could go back and take a listen to those episodes. Pretty good. I mean, we spoke Fran Drescher, Jackie Joy, Bonnie Rotten.
You know what else, though? Do you remember back when we were doing the Dame Drops episode, when we did that, you said on there, I have a feeling this guy's going to have himself a show. And what do you know? There he is. Dame Drops. We had him on the show when I use this term loosely, when he was just a YouTube sensation. Now the man is just blowing up.
He's on fire. Yeah. I mean, you should go back. All right, anybody who wants to see that should go back. We put the title of the person we're interviewing right on there. You go back and listen to the Dame Drops episode. It's fantastic. You'll love that. It's a great show. He's a great guy. Real down to earth.
Oh,
you enjoy the show. So, but he does some fantastic food reviews, and he's just got this personality that just jumps out at you. Even if you're not big on food reviews, he's just great and funny to watch. But he's just kind of one of those guys on YouTube that we saw that we really wanted to give a shout out to and get on the show. And he came on, and we're going to work on getting him back on so he can give us an update what's going on with his career right now. So we'll try to reach out to him, see if we can get him back out on the show. So if anybody's got any questions they want to ask Dame, they would just email us at thestatementshow@gmail.com. You can also go to our website at thestatementshow.com. Our links are on there. You can go to the support site and click on the Amazon link and give us a little taste, if you will. And anything you do to help us support the show, we keep getting some great guests coming on. So we're definitely working on some other ideas of shows. I'm a big techie person, so I'm looking at doing a separate tech show, and believe James
trying to get that fantasy football thing happening.
Exactly. We're more of a sports related podcast, so we just want to let you know we're working on some newer things too to add to our lineup. So we're gonna try to do some more sports related and more techie stuff. So kind of hit both spectrums. I'd be remiss if I didn't say, though, I'm a big UFO guy, so if anybody wants to go back to some of the earlier episodes and see Stanton Freeman, he's a nuclear physicist, and I got to interview him, and he was one of the original investigators of the Roswell incident. So go back, take a look, listen to that one, go back and take a look and listen to some of our previous episodes, and know that we have more exciting content coming your way.
Absolutely.
But we watched Jack Reacher last night with Tom Cruise. I heard some people talking really bad about this movie, but I'm going to be honest with you. I thought it was really good. It wasn't like action-packed nonstop, but it was a great movie. Everything Tom Cruise does, in my opinion, is rather well done. So it had a good story. It kind of threw me for a loop a few times, but I thought it was a good movie.
Jack Reacher.
Kind of like almost like a Bourne type movie. Not a Bourne movie, but kind of like that type of action.
Yeah, I don't. I probably saw the actual trailer for it, and nah, because I think there was another one that was right around that same time that he was doing Jack Reacher, and he did another one that was right around that same time. And
this is on Showtime, and since we have Showtime,
you
just watched it on demand.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, that's probably a different story. You didn't have to fork out the couple of dollars for it, then, huh?
No. I mean, I've been wanting to see it. It was one of those I kind of figured, you know what? I'll just wait until I can see it for. I'm not going to say for nothing because I'm paying for that every month, but I figured I'd just wait till it's something that's available on the on-demand show lineup.
I did watch Grown Ups 2 though the other night.
Oh, we did too. We got it on video on demand a couple weeks ago. It's rarely a comedy can top themselves on the sequel, and I think they did that with this one. Right.
There was a lot of people in this one. Granted, it's I don't think it's going to win too many awards by any means, but
but the kind of movies that make you laugh.
Right. Certainly made you laugh in its own little quirky way, you know.
I'm a big Kevin James fan. I love Kevin James' stuff. Some of the other stuff he's done previously, not so good. Some of the movie, like that one where he's a zookeeper,
yeah,
not my favorite cup of tea.
Right.
He did this last one with the Grown-ups too, which was pretty good. I mean, it's good when you put him in a lineup like that, but he was great in that movie.
And the one where he was a fighter was a Here Comes the Boom.
Yeah, Here Comes the Boom. Now, see, I was surprised by that one. Man, for him, he looked in better shape.
Right.
So it's possible if you can do it. But yeah, he looked in great shape.
He certainly looks like he gained it back in Grown-ups too, though.
Mm-hmm. But
not that I'm judging.
No.
Because I'm not exactly melting off pounds, especially around the holidays right now either. So
who is?
And especially if you were going to pay me $20 million to do a movie, hell yeah, I'll gain 20 or 30 pounds. What the hell?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, he's making a buttload off these movies.
Right.
I just saw a preview for a new X-Men movie. Something about Magneto like being responsible for the shooting of JFK, and then I saw another trailer for a movie coming out that Arnold Schwarzenegger's in. Mm-hmm. He did a one with Sylvester Stallone. I don't know, it didn't look good, so I'll probably eventually see it, but it just didn't look good to me at the time. But this new one that Arnold is in, it actually looks really good.
Right.
Don't have a name for you right now.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I think probably up until about a month ago, I just watched The Terminator.
What?
What? I don't like Schwarzenegger. I don't like it.
No, see.
He's awful.
But The Terminator?
Yeah. I've went down to Universal and saw the Terminator show like 1,000 times, but the bad part was everybody else was kind of sitting there knowing what was going on. I had no clue. I have no idea. I mean, I know the basics like the I'll be back and, all the other stuff, but.
I'll be back.
Yeah,
I can't do impersonations.
I've never seen the movie. It's just never done anything for me. And there's, that's always one of those that are like, guys that like movies or whatever the hell it is on TNN or whatever.
It's on Netflix. It's on YouTube. You have no excuse now for watching that movie.
I know. I mean, and I don't know. I just don't like Schwarzenegger. It's a Schwarzenegger.
You need to turn your man card in for that one.
I do. You're probably right. You're probably right. You're right on. I mean,
you don't even have to but not seeing it at all.
No. And like all the other, like Enter the Dragon with Bruce, I just,
Well, I was never big on Bruce Lee in that respect.
I like Roadhouse. Does that count?
Yeah, that's been on the last couple of times I watched it. I actually watched that the other day, like from the halfway mark. When you walk by through or you go through jogging through the channels, and you catch something on, and you're like, "Well, this is kind of neat."
Right.
And you just basically find yourself watching the rest of the movie. That's kind of what I did with Roadhouse, and it makes you realize how certain aspects of the movie are so gay or drawn out or just
unrealistic.
Yeah, unrealistic. Really?
Well,
I can't. All right.
I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know.
I gotta say, for me, so far, this time of year, my favorite movie's been The Man of Steel. Saw it in IMAX, 3D, which I can tell you right now, in my opinion, 3D part of it's waste. I mean, it's a waste. Don't waste your money. But on the sound, it's definitely worth it. So if you can go see it in IMAX, that would be perfect. I mean, obviously it's not in theaters anymore, but Man of Steel, oh my God, it was just fantastic. People complained about the last one that it didn't have enough action. It was more story and it was boring. I thought the same thing. I thought the last Superman movie was with Brandon, was it Brandon Routh?
I don't know. I've never seen any of the Superman movies either.
You just need to, shut up. I mean, I'm sorry, but Superman has always been my favorite. As far as there's not a Superman movie I didn't see. Now, that doesn't mean I like them all, but this last one here, I don't know. I like The Man of Steel was fantastic. The one before was okay, but I want to say Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. He basically stole the show. He was fantastic in that movie, but the story sucked. So what can I say? Now, 3 more Star Wars movies coming out, and I don't know. To be honest, I'm kind of Star Wars'd out too.
Guess how many of them I've seen?
Oh no!
Come on.
I don't even want to hear it. If you haven't seen the Star Wars movies, then you really don't deserve to even have a man card.
Joking, of course I've seen the Star Wars movies.
Okay.
Not well.
Did you like them?
The original, and I know you guys are like this big Star Wars. You're a Star Wars geek, so I'm not. So like when I say like,
I'd say a Star Wars geek is somebody who could actually tell you what the name of the ships and shit.
But here's the thing:
I know Millennium Falcon and the Imperial.
When I say,
whatever, I don't know the other ones.
When I tell you I like the first one, you're immediately going to go to me the fourth one or where or the one But to me the first one is obviously
the ones from the 70s.
Right. That's
how I look at it. Too.
Okay. All right. It's because I think technically it's not like that though, right? I mean, I believe the first one is actually the.
I thought that, like a lot of people didn't give credit to the guy that played Hayden Christensen. Is that his name?
I think you're right.
The played Anakin. I think he did that bad of a job. I know some people thought he sucked as an actor. I thought he did a decent job. I really didn't think he was bad.
The first, second, and third one I've actually seen. The originals I've seen.
Yeah.
The newer ones, I've seen a little bit of that fourth one, but other than that, it did nothing for me. As a matter of fact, do you remember when they were actually re-released back? What was that about? I don't know, 10 years ago into the theater when Lucas decided he was going to digitally or whatever.
Yeah.
He put that extra stuff in there, remember?
Yeah, to be honest with you, it wasn't even worth it. Was
right,
like,
no.
Ooh, I saw an extra lizard over there.
Right.
And there was 3 more stormtroopers instead of the original 4. It's like, really? You re-released them and that was the content you pushed to everybody?
Yeah.
He's his own worst enemy, though. Perfectionist trying to change things. And the problem is he changed them to the point where people didn't like him anymore. The next 3 movies it comes out, he adds characters that nobody likes, that are annoying. So I think somebody else directing them, somebody else writing them, it actually might be kind of a neat content. But that being said, the director that's doing Star Trek movies is doing the new Star Wars movies. I'm trying to think, is that Singer or? I don't think it's Singer. I don't know who's doing the new ones. We'll have to talk about that later and figure out who that is and go through that. But the weird thing with the Star Trek thing is like the Bridge of the Enterprise. Everything's so futuristic, lighty looking. It's not like I remember from the old Star Trek. And I'm afraid that's what he's going to do with the Star Wars movies. Just kind of change the motif. It needs to have a darker motif to it. I don't know. I want to see somebody do something cool with the lightsabers. For Christ's sake, I think they beheaded like Boba Fett or whatever his name was in the last movie. But you want to see more people get chopped up, sliced and diced with the damn things.
Sure.
So.
I mean, and there's just only so many times that you can, imagine Princess Leia and.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never big.
No?
I was never big into that.
She just never did anything for you, huh?
Carrie Fisher? No,
yeah.
Really. I mean, maybe back in
now.
the day.
That's
maybe
what I'm saying. Not now. Not now. Oh my God. No offense towards you, Carrie Fisher, but
she was good. She was good in those movies, but I was not. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I guess in that time frame, in my age, my heart belonged to Linda Carter. So.
Oh yeah. It's understandable. Yeah, mine was Heather Locklear when she was Sammy Jo on Dynasty. My mom would sit and watch Dynasty every Friday night. Heather, oh my God!
Wasn't she on
T.J.
Hooker? Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember her from that. She looked fantastic.
Yeah, that was my first real girlfriend right there.
Did she know it?
Yeah, she did not.
Oh.
No.
Wow.
But we had some beautiful make-believe babies together. So.
Oh God.
The problem was I was like, I don't know, 8. So I have that feeling that if I really had actually gotten anywhere around her, you
would have melted.
It sort of would have been, I don't know, child pornography for her, but
one-sided.
Yeah, completely. I'm like, go away, kid. Here's a piece of candy.
Oh my God.
But anyway, I think people are probably just about tired of hearing us bitch.
I have plenty more bitching to go, but I can save it for next show.
Right. And somewhere between now and the next show, I'm going to try to earn my man card back.
Okay. If you want to tell Terry how to get his man card back, go to our website at thestatementshow.com and send us an email, or thestatementshow@gmail.com, or you can get us on Twitter. What's our Twitter handle?
It's @Statement Show.
@Statement Show. Yeah, that's right. At Statement Show. Not the Statement Show,
Not
but
the Statement Show.
Yeah,
at
right.
Statement Show.
Sure.
At Statement Show, people. At Statement Show.
Yeah, and look, and we'll announce some of our future guests coming up. Go back, subscribe to the show, listen to some of our previous episodes. You're going to love them. This is more of a bullshit session for everybody, but hey, I mean, there's great episodes to come.
Absolutely.
So I think it's time to turn the lights out on another episode of the Statement Show. Although I don't think you turned them on.
No, mine are still out right now. Remember, I do live in Pennsylvania around Mennonite and Amish, so I'm actually just going to keep the lights out.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I got to go.
Mm-hmm.
That girl that was on the Amish Going Wild, the one that became a model, do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, the funny part is they're all in Lancaster County. I lived there most of my life when I was a kid.
Right.
So I know the area well, but, you know, I barely ever see them. They're kind of in a different area.
Mm-hmm.
But she'd be great to get on the show.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we can try anyway.
All right.
But anyway, I just want to say we're back. It's a hiatus that's over. We're coming back, and we've got great guests coming up. So just stay tuned. Let us know what you think. Send us an email. Hit us up on Twitter if you want. James is always monitoring that if you want to talk to him. So if you want to talk to somebody who lost his man card, go for it.
Funny.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger. Maybe Kindergarten Cop.
It's not a tumor. All right, Terry.
All right, man. Let's do it next week.
All right, next week.
All right. See ya.
Lights are off. I'm thinking our bill's going to be $70-$80. It's $120. I almost flipped it. I'm like, Jesus. Oh yeah, you know, you're going to finance that gallon of milk for the next 20 years. So.
And let's be realistic, as two pussy whipped little, suburban house dads.
Thanks for joining us at The Statement Show. If you like the show, go to our website at thestatementshow.com and click on one of our affiliates. Subscribe to our show at iTunes and Stitcher Radio. Also, check us out on Facebook and YouTube, and at Twitter at Statement Show. For comments or concerns, or to be a guest on The Statement Show, email us at thestatementshow@gmail.com.